So do you remember a time once you were out that you had like an obstacle that you had to overcome that you weren't really ready for, or prepared for?
Um, I mean, it's just the transition from being in a combat veteran into college was a big step. Going from oh, this is my thing, and you hear people complain about doing homework in classrooms, and it's like, dude, I got to get a C and I get paid. Like that's it's such a different mentality when you're going to Iraq, every year or so, and then oh, I get to sit in a classroom, and I you know from my standpoint, the effort wise, like I barely had to try in college, and I was an A plus student until I got to undergrad stuff. So, I mean, it was really that simple for me, and it was about mind frame. I had a plan. I knew the mechanic thing was great, but it wasn't my calling, right? Like pieces of it was my calling, right? Like the whole big picture stuff and understanding a process and the accountability of that process and how all those pieces interact and stuff. And that kind of led me my job, man. I mean, I chose management information systems. I was an accounting major before that, and this kind of spoke to me because it's you talk to people in the software development lifecycle, and you solve problems for people that don't understand how to speak the lingo for different channels in that, right? You have business and development, and business speaks business, development speaks development, and my job is to kind of understand all that and put the piece of the puzzle together in terms of a process in the context of maybe a system or an application. So, as you can kind of see, right, there's a whole system of accountability there. It's not life or death, but there's a lot of similarities there to a certain degree, because you have to kind of create the system of accountability, and it gives you a chance to kind of show your skills to a certain degree, and it helps you stand out. I mean, that's one of the biggest things that I was able to do when I got out is, I have this certain skill set that college kids can't pay for what we get from an experience wise, especially from, being a 19, 20-year-old kid, and, oh, well, you're in charge of this program, and hey, this one tool's missing, an aircraft comes down, your ass is going to Leavenworth. I mean, that's a huge mind frame to kind of throw somebody into, and that carries weight moving forward. And so, I basically figured that out and threw that into something that my discipline would be, and I've flourished because of it. I mean, I get valued because of that, because I know kind of when to speak up. I'm passionate about what I do, and it's a double edged sword, right? I mean, sometimes the passion can burn you, but they want military vets like that have drive and this plan, right? And that's the best thing I can say is have that plan and know how to utilize those skills. I mean, a job perspective, right? I mean, I got 15K more than most of the kids out of college because I knew how to speak to my military experience. I have leadership experience doing X, Y, Z. Running the tool room like I ran. A lot of people give you crap for running tool room, but that's a huge program, man. If you can relate that to real world corporate values, dude, that was 10K right there, just in my pocket yearly, extra from other college students, just from being able to talk to that.
Yeah, that's great. Like you talk about the skill set that you can't get from college, and you built on what you learned in the military, right? And then that got you 15K extra. So you're 5 years getting paid to learn this stuff, transition to 15K extra starting out. And I'm happy that you're able to see that you didn't want to be meching all the time, and you knew that you had a skill set, because running tool room is not easy. And I think I saw that once I was a staff NCO, and I saw all the CNAP audits and everyone coming through, and I was like, oh man, I do not want that job at all. I'm happy where I'm at. So transitioning that into your civilian job, I can see that's why you're flourishing and being successful. So